Now, KCAU 9 News starts with your forecast first.
Hey, good evening, Siouxland. We saw a clearer daytime for much of the region with temperatures that rose up, as well as we're starting to see that the roads still looking better out there out across most of the viewing areas. Temperatures rose to the teens and low 20s, but you'll see single digits already popping up and getting close to zero by Esterville. This is all to let you know how chilly the evening will be and if we'll be any warmer for Valentine's Day, as KCAU 9 News starts right now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
And good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Tim Seaman. Following Siouxland snow on Tuesday, local and state officials continue working tonight to clean up roadways and ensure driver safety. But of course, that work comes at a cost. KCAU 9 reporter Tyler Euchner joins me live in studio tonight to share just how expensive all that road work can be this winter. It's our top story at 6. Tyler?
Thanks, Tim. Both city and state officials have said this mild winter has been easy on their budgets.
For the 2024-25 winter season, Sioux City's Field Services Department has a snow removal budget of roughly $1.4 million, which pays for materials and labor to keep the city's roads clean.
Every year we try to budget the best we can, anticipating what the weather is going to look like in the upcoming season. But right now, obviously, with the minimal snow that we have had, our budget is looking decent.
As of February 10th, roughly $542,000 has been spent from the snow removal budget, with a remaining $858,000. As for the Iowa DOT, the department was granted a winter materials budget of $15 million. And according to officials, the account currently has $10.2 million still remaining. DOT officials track storm information to determine how severe each winter is. And so far, this year's budget has been unusual.
Typically this time of year, our severity index is somewhere up around 16, 17. Prior to this last storm, we were at 8.9. So we were, about half of where we typically are in a winter season.
During times of little to no snow, both the Iowa DOT and City Field Services Department use their snow budget to fix up the roadways.
When we had that nice weather here in January, we started to see a lot of potholes. So we were out doing a lot of patching operations, patching those potholes, getting those issues taken care of, replacing guardrail, replacing cable guard.
Just over the month of January, we have patched almost 3,000 potholes.
While plows continue to clean up from Tuesday's storm, officials are getting ready for the next batch of storms.
Now, after the last couple of days, the event that we had, as our garages get things cleaned up, do their post-storm tasks and whatnot.
We will definitely have all of our trucks ready to go, replace cutting edges as need to on all of our equipment, as well as chains. We'll do any of the chain repair for traction, and then we will also continue to blend our stockpile for traction control that we have.
Now, with the up-and-coming snowfall, Sioux City officials are asking residents to remove their trash cans from the streets to ensure snowplow drivers can clean up the roadways. For now, Tim, I'm going to send it back to you. Tyler Euchner, KCAU 9 News.
All right, Tyler, thanks. Another public hearing on the proposed replacement of Gordon Drive and the viaduct there, as well as the Bacon Creek conduit, is now set. DOT officials say a hearing is set for February 20th. It'll run from 4 until 7 that evening at Seaboard Triumph Foods Expo Center here in Sioux City. The schedule for the hearing has an open house beginning at 4 o'clock. A formal presentation and question and answer session is anticipated to begin then at 5:30. If people cannot attend that hearing, there's still a chance to share your feedback online. You can do that with the Iowa DOT from February 20th through March 10th. And we have a link to this story on our website right now. You'll be able to pick up the information there at SiouxlandProud.com. A member of the Sioux City Community School Board is challenging a court ruling that led to a $52,000 court cost. The fees associated with a lawsuit filed by the district's former superintendent. Dr. Paul Gosman. According to the appeal filed by Dan Greenwell, the state Supreme Court is being asked to examine the lawsuit and determine if the district court had erred in its decision. Now, the district court found the board violated closed meeting laws in a January 2022 meeting and that Greenwell was not entitled to safe harbor protections. The appeal also claims that the district court should not have refused to prorate Gosman's attorney fees. Now, if the appeal is approved, the filing asks the attorney fees award of that $52,000 be reduced by half, or that the case be sent back to district court. A district court judge ruled a separate closed-door meeting in November of 2022 did not violate closed-door meeting laws. Let's take a quick break. Check back in now with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez. Looks like it's going to be another chilly evening, Victor.
That it will be, but thankfully we were able to warm up throughout the daytime, with most of Siouxland gaining 5 to 10 degrees, though we're starting to see drops now. 3 degrees colder out to our north in Spencer as well as in Esterville, as Norfolk has not been giving us a correct sensor reading, so it says they're 30 degrees warmer out there. Not accurate as we see that. The day planner will show that conditions this evening will be dropping to single digits again and feeling quite chilly, but clouds and breezes will be keeping us a little insulated, but I'll let you know about the colder upcoming week coming up soon. Back to you, Tim.
The Iowa House of Representatives passed a bill today that would bring a 2.25% increase per student funding for public schools. Iowa Capitol Dispatch reporting lawmakers voted 58 to 35 to pass an amended version of Senate File 167, which also includes other funding components like adding a one-time boost of more than $22.6 million for per pupil costs. This reflects House GOP lawmakers' State Supplemental Aid, or SSA, proposal. The bill now gets sent back to the Iowa Senate. That chamber proposed a 2% rate hike for the SSA and has no other funding parts. The property tax issue in South Dakota is getting more attention from Governor Larry Roden.
Because a homeowner makes a small improvement. Sections 4 and 5 increase the maximum income.
The governor said during a news conference that Senate Bill 216A would lower the growth in the assessed value of owner-occupied property in South Dakota. The measure would limit the increase in owner-occupied assessments to 3% countywide for the next 5 tax years, but that wouldn't begin until 2027. The bill would also cap the amount taxing districts and school capital outlay budgets can increase as a result of new construction, which is no more than 2%.
But I think the valuations, the housing market is already stabilized. And by keeping a cap on it for the next 5 years, then we can reassess of if we've fallen back into a more reasonable line as far as the share of property taxes that owner-occupied pays.
Now, the legislation would increase the maximum income limits for property tax assessment freezes, $55,000 for single-member households and $65,000 for multi-member households. The bill would also hike up to maximum eligible home values of $500,000. The hallways of North High School here in Sioux City were filled with the smell of burgers, tacos, and other good treats today. It was the school's 4th annual Food Truck Wars. 15 students from the Family and Consumer Science class split into 5 teams to create 5 food truck concepts as part of that ProStart program. That's a nationwide program for high school students implemented by the Iowa Restaurant Association Education Fund. The students spent about a month and a half designing their businesses. Then they came up with a theme for the restaurant that they were proposing, as well as the dish they were going to serve.
If they want to go out and make their own companies for food, this is a great way to get started just with concepting and putting your plans into action and putting it in a competitive market.
The class invited more than 100 people from the school, community, and restaurant businesses to come try the foods and vote on who had the best concept as well as food product. The winner of the competition is Tony's Toasted Sandwiches with the Goon Burger.